What is up, everybody? We would like to welcome you back to Forsyth Building Company's Under the Hard Hat. Once again, it's me, Brock. I got Derek to my left, Harold to my right, and Lincoln on the other side of the table, even further right. Before we get started with our podcast, we would like to extend our thoughts and prayers out to the people of Texas dealing with the flooding. You hate to see that anywhere. It's pretty far away from us, but you see on the news, you see everybody struggling with it, you see the pictures. But yeah, it's one of those things that you never wish on anybody, and you can tell it's a struggle. I saw this morning that the death toll was still up around 120, and
and 160 something missing. And the bad thing is, over the 4th of July, a lot of people had big plans and things going on, and just all of a sudden it came.
Yep, and it's nothing that you can really plan for or
no, it's
be prepared for.
James Spann. I read a thing that said it was 10 to 20 inches of rain within 2 days. So that's definitely going to make the water rise. But like I said,
I'm sure there's probably something out there, but I would say water's the most powerful force on Earth.
oh, 100%.
It's going to go where it wants to.
And it's going to, there's something in its way. It's definitely going to make its own path. But like I said, just before we get the podcast started and going, we at Forsyth do extend our thoughts and prayers out to the people of Texas and the ones struggling with it. The people that still haven't been found, just know that we are praying for you. If you're a praying person, please add them in your prayers.
Yep.
Over here in Alabama, we did not have much rain on the 4th of July. It was a pretty 4th of July. I know I hung out with my family. We ate some hamburgers and hot dogs and swam in the pool. Anybody else do anything pretty fun?
Did the same thing. Went to my mother-in-law's and just lay around the pool, cooked out.
We played some golf over the weekend. It was pretty neat. One of my buddies was going in the last hole. I was beating him by 2 strokes, and he holed out from 89 yards out for eagle and beat me by 2 strokes.
And is this guy like really good, or was it an unexpected hole out?
It was an unexpected hole out. That was his first ever eagle. First ever eagle.
Well, there's nothing better than your first ever eagle on a day that our mascot is the eagle.
Yeah.
So,
There-
man, you gotta love it.
There was some tournaments over the weekend too, and that I saw some scores of, and that's one of my pet peeves. People cheating. There's some low scores coming into some of these tournaments.
There's some things you learn. So me and Lincoln been playing a lot of golf. Probably more golf than we should be playing. And there's one thing I learned with Lincoln. There's 2 things that he does when it comes to golf. He makes you putt everything out. There's no gimme putts. And Harold actually instilled that.
Yeah, I don't understand
There
why
should
would you.
be.
Yeah,
You got to put the ball in the hole. I don't play golf, but that's the right way. When I did,
it doesn't matter if it's 6 inches.
But
Put it out.
Put it in the hole.
I don't do that 1, 2, 3 foot deal.
I went and played with Harold and them before I started working here. And I think we all had like 3-foot putts. First hole. And I said, well, everybody good? And Harold looked at me and said, no. And I was like, okay. So I think I got up to it and missed it. And he's like, that's why it's not good.
right.
And, I played in an individual tournament. And there's no telling how many putts that first day from 2 and 3 feet, even 1.5 feet that I overanalyzed and with my buddies would have been called good. And I missed them because they weren't good. And it was definitely playing with Lincoln. That's definitely one of his big things is give me putts. And the second one that he hates, and I hate it too. Anybody that plays golf, I think, hates it unless you do it. Scramble scores.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than going and playing in a charity scramble. And you feel like you've been playing good. And even if you haven't played good, you're like, man, I got a good group of guys here. This is not going to be a high-scoring tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody turns in a 33. Uh, there's actually up here on the screen is a scorecard, a scoreboard from a tournament that I looked up, and there's a 32 on there, or a 36, sorry, and that means they got 2 on every single hole. So we played in a scramble tournament one time, and we thought we played really good. Team comes in, they're not from around here. It's a charity tournament, and they stand at the scoreboard for an hour. Everybody's turning their score in. I'm not saying my team was really good. We just happened to be first for an hour. Everybody's standing around the scoreboard, and there's 2 teams left, and they've been standing there, and they said, "Oh, well, we got to go get our scorecard out of the golf cart." And so everybody just kind of, raised their eyebrow at it. And sure enough, I think we had shot a 61 or 62, which is, to us, was pretty good. And they come in with 254s, which is 1,800, which means they birdied every hole. And they had erased through scores, marked through scores, and they still took the dang scores. And they got first and second place.
Well, if you play much golf, you'll know there's a lot of cheating in golf. If you really want to know how somebody's character is, go play golf with them.
Yeah.
Well,
I promise you.
it's too slow for me.
Yeah.
I just don't like golf. So, what do y'all enjoy about play? I mean, is it easy mind? I mean, get you away from stuff.
That's the part I enjoy. Is that when I'm playing, the only thing I'm thinking about is hitting that doggone white ball into that hole. I don't think about anything else. Work goes out of the picture. Everything else goes out of the picture. My grass could be knee high, and I'm not thinking about I need to be on cutting it. I'm just worried about hitting that ball.
I think what I enjoy about it is throughout high school and even when I played college sports, every sport I played was a team sport. And so when the game's online, not only did I want the ball, but everybody else did too. And golf, if you play good, it's on you. If you play bad, it's on you. And so I enjoy that as far as if I can say I had a good round, I know that it was my fault. There wasn't somebody else who played better and made our team win. It's all me, which when you suck, I've had days where I suck. Me and Lincoln played the other day, and I think I lost 3 balls per hole. And the first time I've ever thrown a club, I'm usually an even kill guy. Threw a club, got mad at myself, and I sucked.
Threw a club.
And that was because my
That's
fault.
me.
It was nothing Lincoln had done. It was nothing anybody else had done. It was my fault. I couldn't figure it out.
Mad at yourself.
Yeah.
You got anything particular you enjoy about it?
Not really. It's when I don't play much.
I will say Harold does have new grips on all of his clubs. I was telling him about getting some thicker grips for his hands. And he said, well, how expensive is that? I said, that's not bad, like $40.
Mm-hmm.
So
$200 later.
$200 later.
I
40
take
per
it.
club.
Yeah.
He told me to go pick them up, and he's like, how much money do you need? So then I started getting nervous, 'Cause I didn't expect him to send every club. And so I said, well, just give me $200. There's no way it's going to be that much, but just in case. I get up to the cash register. It's $198.90. So I brought Harold $1.10 back. Gosh, I was
$40 was a long ways off.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I felt so bad coming back in his office to give him the change. I did. It was.
I still hadn't used them yet either.
Lincoln, you talked about your pet peeves being, scramble tournament scores and gimme putts. One of my biggest pet peeves is pineapple on pizza.
I love it.
I can't stand
I
it.
do too.
Heck no.
We went the other day.
Chicken pizza with pineapple and jalapeno. Oh, it don't get no better.
Nope. That or like a Hawaiian style pizza. Nope.
No, I
Yes.
don't
Nope.
want the Hawaiian. But what got me started was you used to could get a barbecue pizza. I don't know if they still do. it.
Now they
Oh,
started
yeah.
doing
Yeah, they're
barbecue
good.
pizza's pretty good.
So then the pineapples I started putting on. I was like, oh wow, that's a game changer right there.
I tell you, probably one of the funnest days of lunch I've had here. Harold let me pick lunch, and he is, Harold's very successful, and he said, well, "Why don't you pick the lunch?" And I said, okay. So I picked lunch and I chose CC's Pizza. Harold looked at me like I was crazy. Now, look, I am a firm believer in CC's Pizza. Love it to death. So we walk in. Sure enough, I grab the barbecue pizza. And Harold goes for the pineapple pizza. I look at him, and at this point, I'm already loading up on my spinach and artichoke pizza. You know, they got all these kinds. And I said, you eat pineapple pizza? He said, yeah, I like it. And then, man, it just stuck with me. I can't stand it. I don't know how people like pineapple pizza.
I never did, and I thought it was gross too. I tried it, and I liked it. It's good.
You know, tomatoes are coming around on me. I used to.
Those are usually going to be on pizza in the form of sauce.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking. Obviously, I've hated tomatoes though. I couldn't stand tomatoes. Eat a regular tomato on like a sandwich, to be more specific.
No tomato sandwich, mayonnaise, salt,
No,
pepper
but-
going up.
but-
Come on, man.
But now I'm starting to like tomatoes. I've started eating them.
There's a moment you get mature, and you
There's a lot that will change as you get older. You don't think it will, but it will.
They say your taste buds change as you age as
Yep,
well,
It
too.
does.
Yeah, I used to hate the consistency of cantaloupe. Hate it. Didn't want to eat it. Didn't want to touch it. Nothing. And then one day I stopped and it looked good, man. It looked good. And I said, I'm gonna try me some of that cantaloupe. For $2.99, you can't beat it. So I get me a little container of it. And since that day, I have loved cantaloupe. Like that's probably my go-to.
Yeah.
Cantaloupe.
Mine was sour cream. I hated it. Didn't understand why anybody would want it on anything.
I still don't.
And now certain things, I need my sour cream.
I could eat sour cream with a tortilla chip and let me go to town till it's gone.
Mm-mm.
My wife will actually make homemade biscuits with sour cream if we don't have mayonnaise.
Really?
Yeah, you'll never know it's in it.
Huh. Sour
Same
cream
way with
biscuit.
the mayonnaise, you never taste it.
Yeah.
So,
I-
do you eat raw pineapple?
Dude, I'm telling you,
Like a mayonnaise?
I love raw pineapple.
sandwich
Mayonnaise
pineapple?
sandwich, some mayonnaise, pineapple on a sandwich. Cold, great. I was thinking about it the other day, and it's like a golf fit. If you wear navy blue shorts and a white shirt and you have a black hat on, it looks terrible. It shouldn't go together. But if you wear that black hat by itself, it's probably pretty nice. You wear them navy shorts and that white shirt, it's probably pretty nice. But when you put them together, that's just how pineapple pizza comes to my mind. I love pineapple, but not cooked pineapple.
You talking about pineapple sandwiches? We was talking the other night. We was raised eating ketchup sandwiches. Did y'all ever have a ketchup sandwich?
Lincoln had to grow into those.
I did ketchup and ham.
Oh, we didn't have any meat.
Just ketchup.
We was telling Lori this with my sister the other night, and she's like, "Oh yes, we had a bunch of them. Just ketchup and you fold the bread."
And
And she said they wasn't even a wiener in it, nothing, no ham, nothing. I said, no, there wasn't anything in it.
survival food.
Oh,
But Mom made us a mini ketchup sandwich.
made a mean ketchup sandwich. Hardly ever messed it up. I'm telling you. Oh man, ketchup sandwiches. No, no. The craziest thing I guess that we used to eat growing up is we would take sour cream and tortillas, and that was all it was. And you cover that thing in hot sauce, and you just eat it. And we thought we were at the best of best Mexican restaurants that you could go to. My brother loves them. I love them. That was our ketchup sandwiches.
Yeah.
We talked about pet peeves and stuff people don't like, and I don't like the pineapples on pizza. Harold, you said something the other day in the truck about, today's workforce and trades and all that kind of stuff. And that kind of, I was thinking, well, there's Harold's pet peeve. It was, younger people aren't willing to get out there and do the work, but they expect the big money jobs.
Yeah, I don't know what the construction industry is going to do because we just don't have a lot of trades coming up. The masons, HVAC, electricians, carpenters, people in our section, the general contractors, we just don't have enough of people. And, for years, colleges was pushed on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, y'all see in the news and stuff that trades are coming back, and people was trying to get more people in the trades. But there's some good jobs, good paying jobs, and it's a skill. I tell a lot of people, it's my opinion, but you need good skills to prosper in life. And people said, "Well, I'm starting a lot, cutting grass, or I'm doing this, I'm doing this." Well, you need to do things with more skill involved in it. So as you get older, you're more valuable.
Yeah.
When you're very skillful, you're very valuable to yourself and to others, and hopefully somebody will pay you for that. And especially when you're mine, like the role that Derek's in, superintendent. That's I tell them all the time. As you get older, you can still go and do and supervise and build things because you know how to do it. Don't mean you physically have to get out there and do it, but you got to teach the guys under you or make sure they're doing the things right. So your mind at that point, you're very valuable, even though you may not be physically where you can do the work. But I've known a superintendents that people was hired that sat on a bucket.
Yeah,
basically,
because they're
but
mine.
they're very sharp, can keep up and do the job, but they don't physically. They can't get around and do the stuff.
When you started talking about that, I was looking at kind of like a statistic side of things, and it's crazy. The trade job market is booming. I saw an ad or a write up by Forbes magazine that said trade jobs are the new gold rush that nobody's talking about. And so I got some stats on that, and there's supposed to be 345,000 more jobs in the trade industry by 2027. And you think, that's a great thing. It gets you excited. But there's 1 million jobs open and aren't filled that's in the trade industry. Like those jobs are waiting for somebody to get hired in that industry. And on the side of, construction, there's 340 million people in America. I mean, that's a lot of people. There's 34.7 million people in trades. Now, this is just America. 18% of that is construction. No more. So there's 6 million people in construction in the whole United States. And I was looking at this graph, and I'll go ahead and show you the graph of the ages of people who are still in construction and who aren't getting in construction. It's 20-year-olds up to 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, even 60-year-olds. There's not many 20 and 30-year-olds in construction. It's 40, 50, and 60-year-olds that are in the construction field. And, I mean, you hate to think about it, but eventually that's going to, they're going to get old and leave.
Well, we were sitting, me and Kenny, one of our other superintendents, we was eating at a local restaurant, and I seen two guys come in. One of them, he looked like he was probably in his 70s, had his little uniform on, like his work pants, a navy blue, his button-up shirt, had his little plumbing logo on it. And the boy behind him was younger, and I noticed, he had a pair of shorts on and Crocs. And I looked over at Kenny and I said, I want to know who's going to fill those shoes.
Yeah.
He said, there ain't nobody going to fill them. I said, who's going to take what we call the gray beards? Who's learning to do that?
Yep.
Is anybody willing to get in the trade to do it?
I feel like it just doesn't get talked about enough. Like,
there's not enough light on it.
Nobody knows the possibilities and potential in it. It just gets a bad rap because they see, Joe Blow building a house or something and see that type of construction, but they don't really explore the commercial and industrial side of things to know
and
the
people,
potential.
People don't really understand. You see a construction, and there's different types of people in construction. There's rough guys who, talk exactly how they want to talk, but there's also really good people in construction. And I think we talked about it in episode 1, the misconstrued idea of construction that wasn't taught to us in high school is kind of what everybody believes. It's one of the things where if you want to go into construction, it's because you can't get into college or you're never going to make enough money. But shoot, that's not true.
Well, look, I thought about this today. A doctor's no different than I am. A pastor's no different than I am. They have a skill that they do, but I have a skill that I can do.
Exactly.
So what
Yep.
makes us separate? They got degrees. I don't. But we all still have a skill set. I have one that they know nothing about, and they have one I know nothing about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well-
that was just on my mind today. I don't know why, but I was just thinking about it. And I guess that's going back to because, like you were saying, you hear a lot. Oh, you're not going to be nothing. You're
Yeah.
just going to work construction the rest of your life. But I hope I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think this is what I want to finish out doing. I don't think that I want to be anything more than a superintendent. I think I've found what I like.
That's good.
In the
Yep.
industry. And I've done a lot of diversified backgrounds too. I mean, I've been in manufacturing. I can splice fibers. I can put you satellite in your house. I can build you a house residential or whatever you want. But I found what I think what I like that I want to retire out doing.
Well, and Harold told a story the other day. I mean, this is a person he knows, the 70-year-old that was on the ladder.
Yeah. Another company, but they had a guy fall off a ladder, and the insurance company was giving them heck, about him being 70 years old. Why do you have a 70-year-old on a ladder? And he said, "Ma'am, you don't understand. That's about all we have to work. We can't get the younger ones out here." And we're a small company, don't have a lot of employees, but you imagine these, people that's running 200, 300 employees, and they got to be training and bringing up their own workforce because they're not out there. We used to when I was working out in the field before I got started good, people would stop by job sites hunting jobs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you could pick up some help. And Derek tell you that nobody comes by hunting a job, do they?
I think in my 8 years, 3 people
Yeah.
I've seen knock on the office trailer door.
And neither one of those we ever went to the point of interviewing or hiring.
No.
Yeah. So one thing that's real good in our county is our trade school, and Eric Lovern is over it, and he has really been trying to get everybody out there placed. He has a passion for that, and he wanted to know what he could do in his carpentry, and he's been changing that program over, and he wants to get more people, the program over into commercial type building and doing things. Because the big misconception with us, with everybody usually, we've all talked about this, is lumber. Everybody thinks that boy, prices of lumber is up, isn't it? Construction, how? I don't know. You could probably haul, sometimes you could haul the amount of lumber we use in a pickup truck in 6 months probably.
Yeah.
Most
yeah,
time.
Easily.
Yeah. I don't really care what lumber does. It's very, very small portion of what we do. But everybody out there thinks that building is all about lumber. Well, it is in the residential market, but it's not in the commercial and industrial market. So, but anyway, back to the trade school over there. He's really trying to get that program turned around and get those kids into some of these nice paying jobs. I mean, they may start out, they still start out pretty good, but they can rise really quick.
Yeah, and when I was in high school, which wasn't very long ago, there was a woman. I think she's still the counselor there. Jeannie Howell pushed it really big, and she would always get upset because I would make these subtle comments about trade school, and I learned now getting into this industry. That was because I knew nothing about this industry. Let me be clear on that. Getting in this industry now, if your kid wants to go to trade school, let them go to trade school. You'll be pretty happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to look up well, for an episode, just the average pay of welder, electrician, or just to say,
Diesel mechanic.
yeah,
I mean,
masons, and
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'd be surprised.
Yep.
At what the pay is compared to manufacturing or something like that. I think it's
Speaking of trade schools, though, on a note for Forsyth Building Company, I hope I said that right for you, Lincoln. Lincoln has actually been on the project for the Randolph County Trade School,
Mm-hmm.
and they did renovations to the inside and outside, right?
Few renovations to the inside, but yeah, primary outside renovations, new paint, new metal panels, and windows, doors, and that kind of stuff.
I tell you,
And we did get one of the guys we got, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, one of our employees now, he came from the trade school.
as a co-op.
As
Mhm.
a co-op and graduated this May and went on full time now. So, and he's doing really well.
Yep.
And he'll rise. It's up to the individual. You know, I tell all y'all that every time I hire somebody, I give them the same speech. I mean, where you go and what you pay is up to you, not me. And they look at me like, well, who else? I mean, you're the boss, you're the owner. Pays up to you. No, it's not up to me. And it takes people a while to learn that.
yeah.
They don't get it to start with. But after they're here for a little while and understand the business a little bit, it kind of gets clear, doesn't it? Like,
Oh yeah, I mean, superintendents, our carpenters, laborers, whatever, they work under us, so we're usually their voice. You know, as far as well, how are they doing? You know, because we work with them, we see them. If you're progressing, it'll be known. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll pick up on it quick. Yeah, and that gets back to, of course, Harold, and there again, that's individual based. If you just come in and you just do what minimum to get by, and he asks how's the guy's doing, that's what's going to get told to him.
yeah,
But
that's right.
we're not here to. I'm not here just to get somebody moved up or promoted just because they're a person. We need you to be productive at what you do too.
Well, I tell everybody feels this way. I mean, everybody does that until you learn, till you learn more about your skills or what you do. Everybody thinks they're doing their best they can do usually,
Mm-hmm.
and then you learn, hey, I was doing 20%.
Yeah.
You ever been there?
I wasn't doing anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, boy, look back, what all I've learned this year compared to what I was doing.
Yep.
Derek's probably like that because he come in as a new to this industry and was learning this industry and learning what a superintendent was. So I'm sure he could compare back his first few years to now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and tell you, hey, I was green, didn't know, but same thing with anybody that comes in, you
Yeah.
know, it takes you a while, 3 to 5 years, really to get on your feet and really to understand it and to know the industry and start knowing your potential and what you can do. And most any company now is, you know, if you're really progressing, is going to be able to, they don't want to lose anybody. We just talked about that. It's hard to find people. So, but the pet peeve you go back to of mine is with some people, not all, but it's a good many, is that, you know, a lot of people think they're at their potential and think should be at their top pay.
Yep.
But they ain't producing. And that's a hard thing to try to have a conversation or talk to people about because they don't understand yet.
Yeah.
It takes that time for them to see it. And then the light bulb starts coming on. This is all up to me.
Yeah. Once you see it,
Yep.
everything else is, I mean, it's all at your hand.
Yep.
Kind of wrapping things up, we are blessed to be where we are. Cleveland County does a great job with their trade school. Me and Lincoln went the other day to Randolph County Trade School. It's looking good. Superintendent John Jacobs doing a good job over there in Randolph County. And so, you know, like I said, if your kid wants to go to the tech school, trade school, let them go. I don't think they're going to be disappointed that they went. Sometimes I wish I went. Do any of y'all have any last things to say before we wrap it up completely. Well, we appreciate y'all watching us. This is episode 3. Once again, I'm Brock. Derek's to my left. We got Harold and Lincoln. We sure are glad for the people that have been watching. Remember to like and subscribe on our Facebook and YouTube. That would help us out a lot. Thank you.
I would say, I would say put some comments in there
Yeah.
for us. Like if you got questions, something that we could answer on the next one. I think that would be.
We can
Don't
take
be
criticism,
ugly.
can't we?
Absolutely.
We're fine with that. You don't have to be vulgar though. If you got
We
a comment, just put it in there.
Derek-
We'll try to answer it best we can. You know.
Derek does have feelings.
Yeah, I get hurt.
I'm
And
just a big
Brock.
softy. Yeah. I'll be sweating next episode, even worse. So, yeah, y'all take it easy on me. But yeah, we sure appreciate y'all, and y'all stay tuned for more episodes to come.